Maria was seated in the garden looking solemn. She was not sure what she had expected from Yusufu, but his reaction had been like a knife in her heart. She loved him. She had liked him even before she learned of the betrothal. He was one of the good ones. His position and affluence were no excuse for him to misbehave. She'd seen him in the marketplace a few times, even before his appearance at her father's house, and he had been kind, sweet, and generous in his dealings. The first time she saw him, she was surprised he would take an interest in such things. The marketplace was for men and women of the lower class. A family like his would have servants do such things. She remembered her sister, Aisha, gushing over him and wishing she was old enough to marry him when they saw him again at the market, purchasing some fabrics. She had reprimanded her for saying such a thing when she was only a decade and one, but she had secretly wished the same. She had, however, dispelled the thought, knowing it would take a miracle for a man like him to notice a maiden like her, let alone marry her. Yet, Udua decided to grant her desire in its infinite wisdom. Aisha had upset her on their way back from the milk farm, and she had charged in to report her to Baba, who always insisted that if her sister would be punished for any of her misdemeanors, it had to be done by him. Imagine her shock when she saw Yusufu seated with his kin in her father's house, staring at her with an expression she couldn't quite decipher. She didn't know that the way he was looking at her made her toes curl and her tummy fuzzy. She suddenly wasn't angry anymore, but instead was filled with a warm feeling she couldn't quite explain. She had been so struck by his presence that she had become tongue-tied. And even though she wanted to stay in the room and just stare at him, she couldn't wait to leave either. How she could have two conflicting emotions at the same time baffled her. But she was relieved when she left the room. When her mother told her later why they were there, she almost passed out.
Why would a man like him want to marry a girl like me?
What's wrong with a girl like you?
Maria glanced at her younger sister, her initial irritation now completely gone and replaced with a new trepidation.
You're pretty.
I know.
Then what is the matter, child?
He is royalty. I don't know if I am equipped to be married to a man of his status.
You are equipped to be married to any man, irrespective of his status. With him, you will just have more servants to do your bidding.
That would be great, having more servants, would it not?
That was 5 moons ago, and now they were set to be married. Except Maria wasn't sure she could go ahead, and it had nothing to do with his status. She was pregnant under unnatural circumstances, and even though she had not understood the consequences at the time the child was conceived, Yusufu's reaction to the news suddenly brought a different clarity to the graveness of the predicament she was in.
Oh, Dua, what will I do? What can I do?
The moment the news got out, she would be sentenced to death. Immorality was highly intolerable within the community. A girl must be properly married to bear a child. Anything outside of wedlock, and you were considered a bad egg who would spoil the rest of the batch. You had to be taken out. She had not committed any immorality. She had not known any man. She was a virgin, chaste and pure, but yet pregnant with a child. Odua's child. She knew it sounded crazy. In fact, it wasn't until she was telling Yusufu that she realized how ridiculous she sounded, but everything she told him was true. Odua's messenger had appeared to her, telling her she would conceive a child by the Spirit, and it would be called Jesus. His sole purpose would be to save his people from oppression and the enemy, and she had been chosen for the task. If Mama and Baba had not told them stories of how Odua's messengers visited their forefathers and the encounters they had with him, she would not have taken the message seriously. In fact, to ensure that she did, the messenger had asked her to visit Isa, saying that she was pregnant. That had gotten her attention. Isa was the daughter of her father's sister and had been married for 12 years. Everyone said she was barren, and some even encouraged her husband to find another wife. But they remained steadfast in their love for each other. To learn that Isa was pregnant excited her, and she immediately sought permission from her parents to go and visit her. She doubted that they knew, otherwise they would have said something, and so she decided to keep the news to herself until she verified it. The messenger had been right. Isa was 6 months gone. Isa had confided in her, saying she had kept her pregnancy a secret because she wanted to create the right environment for herself and the baby. Her husband Zaki was mute because he had said the wrong thing when Odua's messenger appeared to him to inform him of the arrival of the baby. And Zaki was supposed to be Odua's priest, yet he did not believe. Maria knew she couldn't tell anyone of her encounter either. She could confide in Isa because they shared the same experience, but no one else would understand. What she had been told, she had to keep in her heart until the manifestation became evident. She had, however, thought that the evidence would not show until after she was married to Yesufu. But Odua had other plans. She was supposed to see a monthly bleed 4 days ago, but she did not. She knew she was with child. She felt it, and with the knowledge came the responsibility to inform Yesufu and not have him walk blindly into the marriage without knowing. Besides, custom demanded that her husband take her virginity on the night of the wedding and present a bloody cloth to the families as proof of the process. This was how both families would know that they had consummated the marriage and that indeed husband and wife in spirit, soul, and body. Now, there would be no marriage. She would be disgraced, and her entire family.
Maria, Isa has been looking everywhere for you.
She noticed her sister's sullen look and sat beside her, observing her with curious eyes.
Is all well?
Maria mustered a smile, nodding. She refused to burden her sister with her worries. Keep fooling yourself. She will be shamed and disgraced too. She will become an outcast.